Welcome to the Kill Your Addiction Show. Yet again, another day in paradise. We are in paradise literally right now. I'm with Matt Banks, and you wouldn't believe how beautiful, how effortless my meeting Matt Banks was. So that will become part of the story. But Samantha Ma, thank you for introducing me. You're the best. You're my warrior woman in Toowoomba. So we are here together. He's actually right beside me. And this is the Kill Your Addiction Show. We had a really interesting conversation. And today's topic is going to be celibacy. So without further ado, I want to get Matt Banks on. You won't see him. He's recording though. But maybe we will kind of put this together, get someone edited. But without further ado, Matt Banks.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Beautiful. How's that? Like, I'm as grateful as you. This is so amazing what we're doing. And please introduce yourself and the name of your podcast, because we're kind of marrying this together, aren't we?
Yeah, amalgamating the two. Yeah, so I've just recently started sort of giving birth to mine, which is the Daily B Show with Maddie B.
Yes, why don't you face your audience right there on their eye?
Hello,
I know.
everybody.
I know, we're going to be like this.
So the Daily B, it stands for Believe in Yourself, Express Openly and Authentically, and Evolve Consciously. And that it sort of came about authentically from just basically getting challenged by one of my mentors to put myself out there, to be on camera, to do some daily content and deliver daily value. And it just was the next sort of natural progression from just doing that. So I just put that together. Now I've got the opportunity to meet people like yourself, which is fantastic, and interview and question and talk to people and just help share their stories with the world, really, and get people's pictures, point of views out there. And that's it's been a really blessing. I've only been doing it for a few short weeks, but already I can see just the ripple effect that sharing people's stories have with the general population and everyone in my network, for sure. So
yeah, and I know, Matt, you're going to feel weird because I'm talking to you, but I'm not talking to you because you're there and I'm talking, but only because I want to get the viewers engaged. Absolutely. Because I know what we're doing right now is we're touching on souls that needs to hear this. Because that's it. Your B show and my Kill Your Addiction show is about being yourself, and being yourself means not caring really what other people think and just coming out with your authentic, vulnerable story.
Yes.
So yeah, and so for me, really, I want to hear your story, and I'm sure I'll tell you mine as well, but I think, you first. This is your third week doing a podcast.
Yes.
And you've already birthed the B show, and I've got my Kill Your Addiction show. So tell me, Preston Smiles was one of your mentors, asked you to do this. Tell me, how did this get birthed, and what's your vision for the B show?
Okay, so it was, I was in the King program that was held by Aaron Sager, which is phenomenal as well, and he took me through just opening up and exposing different aspects of my masculine power and my King energy and different energies and archetypes within myself. And that led on to a conversation with his coach, Preston, and Preston just challenged me and said, like, you've been hiding behind this veil. You need to step up and step out and actually expose yourself and show yourself to the world. So jump on and do simply just a challenge of doing a live video every day for at least a month, just to sort of get into the swing of it. And then from there, I'm a bit of a risk taker anyway, so as much as I do feel the fear and feel the challenge and feel the pain, it's generally not very long until once I've taken that leap of faith, that I actually get comfortable and back into that same comfort zone. So I really do need to keep pushing the envelope pretty frequently to keep on edge and to sort of keep myself in that zone of consistent growth. It was literally, only a couple of weeks. I really first recognized that the first challenge with putting myself out there and exposing myself and being vulnerable was, what are people going to think? What are they going to say? What are people going to look? How are they going to look at me? And essentially that's just a reflection of my own judgments of myself, but that's not how it sounds in the mind at the time. So I was constantly judging myself and wanting to sound professional and deliver something of value, and what are the 3 steps to solving a solution. So that was the first challenge, I guess, and overcoming that to really just recognizing that, hang on a minute, when I just cut the bullshit, and am I allowed to swear on your show?
Yeah, of course you are. Yes, it's addiction. What do you think we do here?
Yeah, we do. So yeah, it was, for me, it was about just recognizing that when I really did cut out the bullshit, opened up to authentically, shared my my challenges with people, and shared my pains and the real stuff that was going on, that's when people started to really connect with me and to resonate with what I was saying, and to come out of the woodworks and draw from my strength of simply just showing up, right? They were able to draw from that strength of me showing up and go, all right, man, I've actually been feeling the same thing, I'm going through the same stuff, I've had the same experiences, and I recognise that more and more and more, the more I open up, everyone's going through the same challenges. The story might be different, or the things might be different, but essentially we're all going through the same challenges, the same obstacles, we've got the same ambitions, the same goals. We're just looking for people and really looking for ourselves to give ourselves permission to step through that. And so that's been the biggest jump and leap that I've found over the last few weeks, going from just putting myself out there to then starting an interview show and a podcast and a YouTube channel on the Daily B Show. And as far as where I see it going, I'm really just open to anything, really. Like I'm just open to seeing where the wind blows me. And
yes. And it blew you here.
It blew me right
to
into
the
your
temple.
Absolutely.
To the Vedic science. We were talking. We meditated together, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes. So it was the most profound experience. Wendy is a very good. We've been through we do what we call the rounds or the retreat in Sydney. It's once a year. It happens. And then I was telling you about my professor. Yes. Which is Lee Ferguson and Dr. Lee Ferguson and Dr. Anna Bonchek. They are phenomenal. They're the ones that started the people meditating. They've been 40 years teaching 45, I think he even said, teaching transcendental meditation. He kind of lost count sometimes because he's always in the now. That's why sometimes you don't remember the time as we speak. But they took me to Cambodia, and I was telling you this story. I just want to share it with the viewers. They took me to Cambodia because the first Maharishi Regional Vedic research conference was in the Gold Coast at his house, and he runs he lives in a temple, and then we're in a temple right now too. It's very, you wouldn't know it from the outside, but that's what treasures are, in the mining. You don't know that there's a diamond in there, but after all this hard work, there's a diamond in there. And this place is also a treasure, because this place here is where I birthed my awakening. And I was just telling you about your awakening, and you're saying I'm here because you are here. You are in 7D, Matt.
I am in 7D.
Because you switched over on the 1st of December because you said you quit coffee then. And now, which is the topic of our conversation, celibacy. And what does it mean? So before we dive right into that, I just want to set the scene and talk about, because this is the Kill Your Addiction show and the Daily B show, and both of us are really big on addictions in a way that we want to release people from it, just like we've released ourselves.
Yes.
Because we are the epitome. We are the front line and center. We are the first act in our show, aren't we? That's it. So tell me first, so that we can connect to the audience, your story, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I was maybe 1 year old when I first saw this guy in my family having sex with his partner, and he had a couple of partners, and he was married also. So I would be a baby basically in the bedroom while I was watching them have sex, and I remember it very vividly still.
Did someone do a regression on you?
No,
or you just remember it? Wow,
yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. And I remember it quite frequently as well. What I didn't remember was that he spent time with me, bathing me, playing with me, getting me to play with him, and sort of having that sort of connection with me as well.
So he was grooming you?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I didn't remember that until later on in life, when my mum sort of told me bits and pieces, but there's still a lot of documents, because as a sort of young toddler, 3-year-old, I saw child psychiatrists and psychologists about basically what was going on. So yeah, I went through the process of explaining that and
as a 3-year-old.
As a 3-year-old, yeah. So then what I found was, as soon as I could remember, really, like I was attracted to girls. I had a girlfriend in primary school, in kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we would like kiss in the cubby.
Yeah.
And then all through primary school, I remember being just very attracted to girls and wanting the attention from girls as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember in high school, like I didn't realize at the time, but when I was going through the process of, I had a girlfriend and was losing my virginity and doing all the other sort of firsts that you go through. I thought I was one of the last ones to do it, because sort of guys just talk and stuff comes up. But then I realized after sharing what I've been doing with my friends and the other guys at school, that I was one of the, if not the first, to go through that.
Was that primary school?
No, that was in high school. So I was only about 15. I was 15. And I know that there's a lot of different stories out there, but that was sort of where it was for me.
Yes.
But then it was sort of, I used to say, it was like that push pop ad, once you pop you can't stop.
Yeah. Well, no, I hear you there loud and clear. Oh yeah. Yes. So that's how it started. So do you think the first one then for you was sex addiction? Or manifestation of, because like you were saying that other people, you thought other people were doing it and you thought you're the last one, but
no,
in fact you were the first one.
Yeah.
So in looking back, and I must commend you for saying this out loud, thank you, and I acknowledge your courage and your bravery in doing this. Thank you for that. But look at that, 1, 3, and then kindergarten, and then primary school, and then high school. You had your first girlfriend. You lost your virginity. When did other types of addictions occur?
Yeah, so 2 parts to that question. I guess what I feel the first addiction was actually to attention, seeking attention.
Yeah. Got it. Yes. Because
people talk about addictions, what I find is when people talk about addictions, it always goes to the extremes, like drug addiction or sex addiction or alcohol or gambling, like these sort of things. But
because clinically that's what addiction is.
Yeah.
And then if it's significance, like what you're saying, in the DSM-5 or the Diagnostic Statistics Manual 5, 5th version, that might be called borderline personality or something else. Who knows what they want to stamp on it, just so they can pharmacologically clear you up.
100%.
But tell me about this significance or addiction to attention.
So that's where I see it stems from, is the significant, the need to be appreciated, the need to feel accepted and loved. And I didn't have a father. I never even seen a photo of my father or knew who he is.
So that stepfather, was it the father that was grooming you?
Yeah.
So and then he left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you're listening.
Yeah. It's.
We're sending to you some gifts.
Yeah,
oh yeah. Got some powerful masters in the house. Someone take him.
100%.
Kill the addiction.
100%.
But sorry, go on, please.
Nah, that's great. It's so outside of that, the first addiction for me was alcohol. Was it alcohol? Yeah, it was alcohol. It was drinking alcohol.
It was, okay. Prior to the 15, the losing the virginity.
Well, I wouldn't really have considered that an addiction up yet at that point, because it was all still very new. But I didn't really drink or smoke or do drugs during high school even, so I was a good boy for the most part. Yes. On that front, anyway.
Well, had Mama got a lot to do with it? Was she pretty strict? And there you go. Thought so. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
But as soon as I left home, that's when like the wave came, and it was all in one. So.
When did you leave home? Around what age?
As soon as I finished high school, when I was
17, 18.
Yeah. So I moved from a small little country town Moved to the Big Smokes, Merbu North, down in country Victoria.
Nice.
Yeah, beautiful town.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely go visit, try the brewery if you're not addicted to alcohol.
No, I'm kidding. Yes.
But then, I did it all at once. I started drinking, started smoking, started doing drugs, started partying, and started sleeping around and did it all at once. So
still in country Victoria, or did you move to the city?
No, the city. Yeah,
I
in
thought so.
Melbourne.
There you go. Yeah. That's the one,
Sin City.
isn't it? It is the Sin City.
Yeah.
Yeah. So raving, the whole lot.
All of it. Yeah,
all of
the
it.
things.
For how long?
Yeah. Well, I started when I got up there. I did acting for a little while. So I studied at the DCA and was.
Well, you're good looking, of course.
That's all you need.
Next door. Chris Hemsworth, we got your competition here.
And so I also started working in nightclubs on the weekends while I was doing acting school, and basically
bartender, busboy,
bartender, bar manager, pretty quickly.
Bar manager, well, the biggest grin, like the cocktail with Tom Cruise, you know.
Would have brought my cocktail out.
But forget the tail. We're selling drinks.
Selling drinks and selling dreams. But basically from the nightclubbing, I got into this deal with some dealers where I would give them free drinks and they would give me free drugs. And so. And
then the patrons, the women, you would give them free cocktails. Without the tails.
Absolutely.
I know the deal, don't you worry. I was a man in my other life. I think I am still now, somewhere in there. There's a masculine energy that's just like... But I love it. Have you had a story written down? Have you written your book yet?
I haven't written my book yet. I've got one coming out soon. But
there you go. I think after this recording, I'll get a VA to write your book.
Yeah, that's done. Let's do it.
We'll just embellish it, It's the same, so just watch Cocktail and Dreams or the Tom Cruise and just watch Thor and just watch this. Put it all together. Here's the story.
That's the trick in way of a good story.
The Daily Bee story.
That's it. I love it. It's a true story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So where are we? Where are we? Are we here?
No, I don't think so.
So, I mean, we can tell the story in minutia and in details, but then you won't buy the book. So you got to just go and buy the book. But I guess what we're here today is, so we did an energy exchange with my book.
Yes, we did.
And you promised you're going to read it.
100%.
And then you promised also to read my other book, Sit with Mangsu.
Yes.
Why did I ask this? Because I feel a connection. Because I only want to connect with people that were effortlessly thrown at me by the wind. Things that are not choreographed, things that are spontaneous, things that are in the flow. And then when I do the exchange, I look around my surrounding and all of the things that are given to me, just like when we did meditation, I knew Guru Dev and Maharishi was around us, and then as soon as I said it, ding, the bell rings. It's like, and then as soon as I said, let's, then your alarm rings. That's when you know, and you're probably thinking, what are they talking about? Well, stay in tune. 5th dimension, 7th dimension, superpowers. The new Avengers are being birthed. Hence, we've seen all of these movies because they say Hollywood is very powerful. They are, because they believe the Kabbalah and all of the things that they know how magic is and power is. That's why they can make movies and make hundreds of millions and not billions of dollars. They're well studied, well prepared, and they know it. So they intuit into the collective, and they give the collective what they want so that they can sell lots and lots of money so they can make another movie. So Avengers and all this Marvel. Do you love your Marvel?
I love a hero.
Yeah, like I love which one is the one that always gets chopped up?
Edward Scissorhands?
No, no, the latest one, and I never remember their name. The one that got burnt in the face, and then wears a mask. And he's got a sword, and he's got the taxi driver. Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Come on. It's like
Yeah.
like playing Pictionary. No, you know, yes.
Yeah.
So it's like a culmination of all these superheroes. People are imbibing that.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Because that's where we're going.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm Black Widow with the Avengers,
Okay.
Scarlett Johansson, you
Yeah.
know, reading into things
Yeah.
and controlling people's mind. But I'm not controlling, but I am, but I'm not, but I am, but I'm not, but I am. Did I control you?
Yes and no.
There you go. That's what I said, but I am, but I'm not. I feel like we're in the Joe Rogan show, but Joe's not here.
Maybe it
This
is.
Spike. No, sorry. Elon Musk, how's that? Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. Yeah. It was a bit-
Stocks just ding 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 ding. Oh God, I just lost $1 billion or something.
I know.
Oh man, where are we?
It's a different world. There's multiple of them.
There is. Well, I guess where I'm going with this, I'm going somewhere apart from being a comedy show. I'm going somewhere. Is the heroes are being activated.
Yeah.
You're a hero. I'm a hero.
You're a
And you're a hero. That's right. So in my cultivation, when I finish my PhD, whenever that is, in 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, I give up. I'll just keep doing it. But so my name is Maria Pau, right? So I'm changing my last name from P-A-U to Power, so that I'm going to be Dr.
Yeah.
M. Power.
Love it.
Ah, see, look, I just like
Is it with just an ER on the end?
Yeah,
Is it
ER,
power?
yeah. Instead of PAU, because you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
power
yeah.
anyway, like
Yeah.
almost. So I'm gonna just make it so. So that's
Awesome.
my gift to myself. And I saw you already part of that somehow
Yeah.
with this addictions thing. You
Yeah,
know, you're gonna be a certified recovery coach if you want,
Yeah.
you know, in this mind, body, soul approach
Yeah.
of having a tool belt of really deep powers. So
Yeah.
whatever your power is, just like Monk asked you before, what do you love doing? The one, what you love doing is the one you'll do all day, every day without getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that it'll just it'll just naturally just come out of you
Yeah.
without any type of effort.
Effortless
This
is a
is-
great word. I love that. And
isn't
it's been
it?
coming out more. And just like you said before, it's not just about what we're being pulled towards, which is effortless, but also the people coming in and out of our lives that just flow. It's just
Yes.
when you've, and that's what I've touched on a lot more, is just that effortless way of being, is just letting go, trusting in the way,
Yes.
allowing yourself to be, and
Yes.
it really does just effortlessly unfold in front of you.
It
It's so
does.
beautiful.
Because you now take, you're now on autopilot.
Mm.
Because you've done the hard yards.
Mhm.
What's the hard yards? You went against the grain, Mama said don't. Everyone said no. You've been ostracized. You've been kicked and bashed and whatever the heck happens in those moments, right?
Mhm.
So you've gone against the grain one right?
Yeah.
You have anything to add to that? I think you do.
I was just looking at the time and it was 22:22 right when
Ah,
you said that.
yeah. Da-da-da-da. You know what 222 is?
What's this?
See, now I've been put on the spot. I can't remember. 2 is something. Communication. No, that's 3. 4 is building. 1 is the way. Look it up. But 222 is good.
Yeah.
That's a master number, which means we are, well, it's an angel number. Anything that repeats 3 times or 2 times is an angel number. So the angels are here, Gurudev is here, Maharishi is here, Monk Zu is here, and if you look at that bookshelf, all of the masters are there. So
Yes.
they're all here right now. And then remember, even when we were meditating, I was just being empty and just letting words flow out.
Mhm.
And what did I ask for this podcast?
For everyone who needs to hear, to receive the message, for us to, anything that comes up, to flow through us, and the right thing and whatever needs to happen just come up.
Yes, because imagine who's listening to this right now. Like if
Yeah.
you close your eyes and do an X-Men, Mr. X, right? Yeah, that's it. And then you kind of go toot 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 toot, and you're just looking at those souls that have been through what we've been through. By the way, 82% of Australia drink and do some drugs that are in trouble with it.
Yeah.
So that's the whole population. Who's going to lead them?
Here we go.
Here we go. So we're in the Avengers HQ, if you want to put it that way, in a temple, or in, you know, in Superman, you got your you know, so we're in a place where we're birthing it through. This is so special what we have going here right now because of all the confirmations. And I invite you to, do you always see the 222, the 111, 333s now?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? So you're already that's why you're at 7D, baby.
7D. Absolutely.
Seventh dimension. I talked about it in my podcast with Jared and Abigail Grantham, which Matt just met a week ago. And we were talking about that's the new wave. Jared also awakened. He blacked out on the 1st of December, and you quit coffee.
Yeah,
and you decided celibacy.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go back to that.
Okay. Yes.
You lead.
Okay, so I, where should I start? I've always been a pretty frisky, fun-loving guy.
You reminded me of celibacy when you said you can touch my thing anytime. Oh yeah, that's the subject.
Some context around that.
Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. No. Your context, yes,
Yeah.
Context.
No,
you give it.
I do give it. But look, I basically went from pretty carefree, and I'll get back to the celibacy because it started with smoking. Right, I went with smoking a year and a bit ago. I wanted to stop smoking because it was just pissing me off how I would go out of my way to have cigarettes.
Like me.
Yeah.
Let's meditate on it.
Yeah, go out for cigarettes.
Yeah. Like, I smelt that. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's alright.
I'm an addiction specialist. I am. Trust me. Just not at the moment. I'm going through some heartbreak.
That's right. So it's it was that frustration of me going out of my way and getting pushed doing stuff that I didn't want to do and taking away from the things that I did want to do that really got me to the point of, all right, I'm pissed off at this. It's not just serving me anymore.
Yeah.
And I stopped drinking alcohol the same day. I had my last smoke, my last ciggy at the same time, put them down, boom. And that's with sex as well, and more so just the pursuit of connection for me, because sex comes with it, but it was the pursuit of connection that would drive me. Like I would be the one that stayed out all night. I'd be the one that would go out specifically.
Did you do the roving eye? Go in the nightclub and you're going in the toilet.
Predatory action.
Next.
Yeah. Take a ticket.
Yeah, but that is the mode, isn't it?
It is.
That's the against the grain.
Yeah.
We're going against our true self so that we can find our true self. You said that before.
Yeah.
I make the mistake so I can find myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So, yeah.
And also back to what you said about the mines, like the gold is in the dirt, the gold is in the mud, and it's so many people, like, they make themselves wrong when they're going through their shit and their challenges, but and it's hard to see when you're in it a lot of time, but there's too much evidence to point towards that everything that is challenging us and our pains and our troubles is where our gold and our treasure lies. And so now it's sort of, when people come to me with their problems, the first thing I do is I congratulate them.
Yes.
Well done.
And tell the people, look at them in the eye, because they'll be looking at this screen, and if you're looking right at them, they'll be like, oh my God, Matt knows me. Yeah. What's his... Maria, do you know how to get in contact? Can I have his number? Cause, no, he's celibate at the moment, so no.
Come up for a chat. We can have an intellectual orgasm together.
Oh, he's swiping or not? No, kidding.
I actually deleted all the dating apps as well.
Wow. Well, how can you have celibacy if you're going to be in a dating app?
Yeah.
Just as how effortless all this occurred, isn't your partner going to come to you effortlessly?
She's already here. Time's just catching up.
There you go. You're just going...
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And yeah, so I just recognised after breaking up with the last person...
Oh, hang on. She's already here, so you already got a partner. Yeah. You're just being celibate.
No, we broke up. Yeah, so it was through that process, she really was a massive lesson for me to learn to own my own purpose, to be myself, and to put my purpose first. And that was a short but intense and amazing relationship that we had, and she was a massive teacher of mine for everything that we went through. But what I recognised throughout that process was that I did have some unhealthy connections to that need for a connection. Yeah, connection to the need for connection.
Sure.
And
no, I hear you.
I just recognised that it was largely to do with how I defined sex and connection with.
Just want to make sure it's still going.
Sex and connection with intimacy and love and acceptance.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like I needed to break that belief system within my own mind.
Yeah.
And that's just, what I've just been really intuitively guided, like you said, effortlessly. And when something comes to me like, do this, I just do it.
Yeah. Like how we met, like all the serendipitous things. You were saying that you started James Redfield's Celestine Prophecy. Yes. When did you start that book?
It's coming to my awareness.
Yes.
For probably the last 8 years. I downloaded it maybe 6 months ago, and I only just started listening to it about a month ago.
Wow.
And I've only listened to the first few chapters as well.
That's okay. But can you see that your whole life, and even the depth of what you're remembering? This is amazing, guys. Like, I've not heard of anyone that could remember 1-year-old or three-year-old or kindergarten. Mind you, the only way that I could do it is through someone. I can't do it. I don't have the awareness yet, but like, we're all cultivators. So we're all cultivating that awareness. So for me, the only way I saw that was through the work of another.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember. So still, obviously, there's still a lot of repression here, and that's why I'm going out for a smoke when I'm hurt. So what is it about? It's just understanding our own pattern. No guilt, no shame, no putting each other down, no putting me down, no nothing. Just recognizing, okay, mate, I'm here at the moment. It's a little bit here, better this than that. Yeah. And then you'll say, oh, good justification. I'll go, oh shit, I better not do that. And so on and so forth. Yeah. But this is life.
Yeah.
We communicate our truths, and the ones that matter don't mind. And the one that mind don't matter. Meaning, their presence matter. Their tangible body is not needed in your life. Don't worry about it. Let them go.
I love it. Yeah, that's bang on. And it is really imperative to know yourself, accept yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's, I think, what it's all getting to is.
Well, that's why. So back to the celibacy, what made you decide? So you had all these interconnected addictions that you have to pull one, and then all the rest has to be all at once. Otherwise, you feel like there might still be something left.
Yeah, I feel like they're all covers to get to this one, actually, to tell you the truth.
Tell me about that.
So, while I'm facing the addiction of smoking, my smoking addiction, while I'm facing my drinking, while I'm facing my drug taking, while I'm facing my procrastination, for all these different things, I don't have to face this other one. Yeah?
Yes.
So
yes.
They're real, like they were real things, but they were also procrastinations on the main thing. And that's probably not even the main thing, there's deeper stuff.
No, that's the main thing, because that's the one you can remember from 1-year-old.
Yeah,
and
okay,
3.
True, yeah.
And that's the intrinsic one, because in addiction there is always an original sin. Always. And I've done this with many people. I've got video recordings of all my sessions with clients. And sexual abuse always has deep and long ramifications that extends through the lifetime, unless it doesn't. Yeah. For your case, you're taking the reins and you're really like, because you're still in control. No matter what contracts or things that you have signed or whatever is pulled in front of you that you signed up for, everything is collapsible.
Yeah, true.
So for you, from what I'm hearing, I can confirm to you that it's sex.
It makes me think, right? So the energy that was around, even before I was born, was that of not being accepted.
Yes.
Was
and the loss of innocence.
Yeah.
And also protection of your mother.
Yeah.
Right? Do you feel this?
Yeah, I feel that for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I still.
So hence, the celibacy answers that. If you can protect your organ from other organs, that's the protection of the mother, the feminine divine energy.
Yeah.
And if you can know that the only way that you're going to have a soul be birthed through your semen, sperm coming, ejaculation, whatever, is through a sacred union with your other divine feminine, because you're a divine masculine.
Yeah.
Right? So now that gives your answer to celibacy, unless you can refute me, but I'm sure you can.
No.
Or not.
No, the only thing that is coming up for me is that I'm still on the journey, right? So I'm still in the process of discovering, but I still feel like sex and that is still outside of me. I'm still dealing with stuff outside of me as opposed to diving within.
Because you just started. When did you start the celibacy?
A month ago.
There you go. So you're right in the cave.
Yeah.
You're right in the cocoon. You haven't developed into a butterfly yet.
No, yeah.
You're still the caterpillar within that change that needs to occur for you to metamorphosize out of that or transmute that energy. So you're in the middle of that transmutation.
Yes.
Aha.
And it's interesting that a friend sent me, Benjamin Milo sent me an article on sexual transmutation of energy, and understanding that flow.
Gurudev.
That's been really enjoyable, actually, focusing and consciously and being aware of my energy that's coming up through this space, and then being able to consciously direct it towards like the show, what I'm doing, meeting people, the different creativities, and that's been an amazing experience of trying to figure that out as well.
Just so people know I'm not talking to myself, I've been known to be psychotic. Cool. Well, let me just make sure I'm back in the center. Yes, I am. Okay. Cool. Where are we at time-wise?
36 minutes and 21
Oh, we've got plenty of time. We've got a lifetime to delve into this, because it's just getting interesting. Because we know celibacy is the topic. We went around, as you do in conversations, and now we're back in. Now you're going to close it out. You're right in the middle of your sexual transmutation. You've even manifested your external world to be what your internal is doing. So where are you at in the book, and where are you at there? What next for that? And what's your advice? I'll ask you I wanted to ask after that, what's your advice to people that are still into Pornhub, into Tinder, into all that?
Yeah.
Pizzagate. Have you heard of Pizzagate? God.
Pizzagate? No. I've been out of the loop for a month.
Huh?
I've been out of the loop for a month.
You'd want to look into Pizzagate. That's going to trigger you big time, but it's what you need to look into. So make a mental note.
Okay, Pizzagate.
Yeah.
What was the first question?
So where are you at? Because we were saying that you're the caterpillar, just with the sexual energy.
Yeah.
You've done the rest because you didn't want to. Now you're here. You're in the main event.
Yeah.
This is the story, here, kind of like in the middle. Where you're revealing. It's about to be revealed, but you're not in the reveal yet. You're not there yet. In the end of the book, you're still writing it. So which means, like I said, you've manifested your external to be the sexual transmutation book. Are you finished with that? What do you think?
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I know what you're asking, and I think for where I'm at the moment is, so I did a fast, I'll come back to it, but using another story. So I went through this meditation just with myself, and I got this message to do a fast for 30 days. I'd never done one before. I got out of meditation. I thought to myself, I think I might die if I do that. So I might just Google that a little bit. And
30 days sounds like Jesus-y.
Yeah.
Unless, you got the Messiah complex.
Well, not just yet. We'll see how this abstinence goes.
Wow, 12 days is amazing, That's well done. And I couldn't get past 3.
No, well, that's what most people said. They said they got these hunger pains and they've tried it for a day and I couldn't last, but it was manageable for me. And you can check out my Instagram. I've got the rundown each day. I did a review of how I was feeling, so you can see the journey.
Oh, definitely. Matt Banks, MattBankes.
Yep.
Look for him.
And so I wasn't committed to doing the 30 days. I was committed to doing what felt right. That effortlessness.
Yes.
And so
Listening to your intuition, to your divine masculine.
Exactly right.
As the king that you are.
That's it. Heavy lays the crown.
Dub me the king.
And that's what I feel like with this as well, is I'm just in a process of taking it, not even a day at a time, but a moment at a time. And like I said, it's really exciting and intriguing to harness that energy and be able to focus it into certain aspects of life that aren't chasing tail or focusing on someone outside of me, and that's been a really interesting journey. And so using my foresight and seeing what's to come is just more of the same. It's more of being open to possibilities, being open to infinite possibilities, and allowing myself to just really sit into my body and really feel from my heart, my gut, what is right for me, and then just trust myself to go in the right direction. And so that's not really very tangible. It's
never.
Yeah.
Because you're the creator. You're manifesting as we speak. It's like jump from the plane, build your parachute on the way down.
That sounds really scary. So I might be in for that.
That's what you're doing. You've jumped.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm here. I said 7-dimensional, baby. I want to be here. And I said, you're here. You're making the parachute.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're in the middle of your book. And you haven't written because you're in the middle.
Yeah.
And you're writing your own screenplay.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
Your own hero's journey. Yeah, it's beautiful. And actually, it brings me to one of the taglines that I've got everyone saying lately, which is "Do whatever makes your asshole sweat."
Well, it's called Qigong, actually.
Qigong. Yeah.
And you'll see. Oh man, I tell ya, he does it here. See, and that's what it is. Your perennial.
Yeah.
Like literally sweats and opens up and then comes back in.
Yeah.
So, but that's the clean one.
Yeah.
That the
Qigong.
Yeah. So there's that one for the Qigong, and then look at him because of his Qigong practice. So just.
Okay. There you go, guys.
It's alright. I need. So that's his asshole sweating. Ooh. Okay. He will be slapped.
He's okay.
He's okay. He's okay.
And that's my beautiful coach, Jake Yonyi, she's like, she just said to me, Matt, you've got to do whatever makes your arsehole sweat. And from there, like, all right, like, that's my language.
Yeah.
I can do that.
And then we need to clean up.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah, we got pads.
We got pads. No, but you know what? This is always what I tell Monk, because he always tells me what to do in a very, because he got to know me. We were intimate. So, with his students, he's a little bit more gentler, but still no. He's still pretty. It's not the words, it's the look. And it's the thing that he envelops you when you're like... I was having a cigarette when I moved my car. I was like... Oh.
You did?
Yes! He told me to move my car, I got out, and I'm like, oh.
That's so good.
It's not.
It is. So let me answer your aspect, because that brings me to that.
Let me answer you. What brings you on?
Hang on, I need to see.
Alright. No.
But this is my advice to people, right? Is don't make yourself wrong.
I know.
That's the main thing.
And he would never.
No,
but you can feel the energy.
Yeah.
It's not like he's watching, but he is.
Yeah.
And then I'm like smoking. Oh, and I only had one puff and I put it out.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck is happening here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's like that when, you have an old master living in front of you. Have you been to see the Dalai Lama or Maharishi Mahesh Yogi?
No.
I was 7 and I saw the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. I was crying. I was clutching onto the petals, putting it in my face, going, "Oh, I love you." Like 7. Because he, the Jedi, Yoda.
Yeah.
Do you know that the person, what's the name of the person that made Star Wars? That character? Anyway,
Yeah.
he was a transcendental meditator.
Yeah.
And he met Maharishi just like the Beatles met Maharishi.
Yeah.
That character is Maharishi.
Yeah.
His words and everything, it was from Maharishi Mahesh
wow.
Yogi. He even talked about
Now
it.
that you say it, I see it.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker. Like, you know, I can't do it because I'm not Maharishi. But I love him.
I love listening to him. He's amazing.
I love him. And when I was young, I was just like, and then my dad is a TM. He's a sitter.
Mm-hmm.
So he does the flying. He's passed away in 2012 as well. Look at that. 2000. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
December
Classic
26th,
classic
2012, and he was born.
Yeah.
So he gave my soul to Monk, and for whatever reason, I fell into Monk's path
Yeah. Right.
after his birthday. So everything has.
So can you tell me about how the TM has affected you and overcome your addiction?
Yes. Oh man, because so I started walking meditation. So up until 11 years old, you do walking meditation, and then you transfer over to the adult meditation where you and me, we got our adult mantra, you know, our own mantra. So dad has been a vegetarian all his life, but he's the eldest of 11 brothers and sisters. So we were quite poor. I used to sell all sorts of little trinkets just to eat rice. And, you know, there's like 10 of us that live, between 6 to 10 people live in one house, like no bigger than this, and things like that. So, but dad found transcendental meditation, and he was with the movement.
Yeah.
Lee Ferguson even thinks he knows my dad.
Yeah.
Like, see, so, and he's like my dad. Lee Ferguson is my PhD supervisor, my doctoral supervisor, and I found him because I was looking for my dad, and Lee manifests himself, you know, just like you manifested a book because it's what you're looking for inside. I manifested people around my life because it's what I'm intentionalizing.
Yeah.
So with TM, I started walking meditation, so I'd always see the Maharishi with my dad, and I'll always be with the kids while they're all flying, so I'm always walking around and I'm hearing all the flying, and I'm going, oh my God, what's this energy? It's so beautiful. You know? And then I finally gave my handkerchief and my fruits, and then I got initiated into my adult mantra.
Yeah.
And but of course, I came to Australia by myself at 11, and then that dropped. I never practiced because Mum was very much in a turmoil, and I wrote about it all in my book, Kill Your Addiction Before It Kills You. And yeah, so the full story is there.
Yeah.
But I reconnected back with my dad because he passed away, and I really missed him. So then Lee manifested in my life with his wife in the Gold Coast, not far from here, next exit.
Yeah.
And that kind of, one of the things that healed me is getting back into my TM practice.
Yeah.
And then my PhD started to become better and better, and all the meth use and the coke use and the ecstasy. You can see me, I'm so energetic like you are.
Yeah.
I'm 42.
Yeah.
You know, so can you imagine me at 20 or 30?
Yeah.
I'm like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
That's what I was in the hospital. You know, that's why they had to put me in a little room by myself, because I was like Angelina Jolie rabid.
Yeah.
Like the In Girl Interrupted.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Yeah. So I was like that. I was the alpha female that was just playing the game inside wherever I was.
Yeah.
So, but TM definitely helped me. It grounded me. Without TM, I don't think I would have made it through. That's why Lee always uses me as a story, because he retaught me. Because my teacher was living in America already, Marianne Lee. So Josephine, the people that started TM in the Philippines, tried to contact her because she's the one that can do the teaching, you know, when you relearn the mantra. I already knew it, but I just need to whisper it to someone to confirm that I'm doing it right. So I did it to them, and you know, I've been meditating ever since. And look at life now; it's just beautiful.
Yeah, lovely.
And we forgot the audience. That's okay. No. So back to celibacy. What's next for Matt Banks? 3rd week into the podcast, already got paid clients.
Yep.
Things are just opening so beautifully because you are like receptive, you're open, you're downloading.
downloading like a mofo.
Mofo.
Yeah. So I'm in talks with a friend about putting together some talks to take around to high school students to speak to them about bullying and self-worth and different sort of topics for them. So that's something that I would love to be able to do.
And can I pull you into some of my stuff and you pull me into some of your stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Because I've got my 8-week breakthrough recovery incubator. So recovery, RECOVERY, it's 8 letters.
Perfect.
So recovery capital resources, emotional intelligence, courage, connection, and contribution. See?
Beautiful.
Overcome your addiction, victim versus victor for the
Love
V, excited and enthusiastic about recovery because we're nearing the end.
Holy shit, this is amazing.
It's a R for relinquished reliance, because that's when they're going to drop it. I'm going to hypnotize them, I'm going to pull in some magic and boom.
Boom. Yeah, cool.
Right? And then Y is you.
Wow, beautiful.
Which means I want them to learn about their numerology, their astrology, their personality type, and there's all sorts of things that they can do.
Yes.
And then from there, we recalibrate them, and then they can engage us as their personal coach.
Yes.
Because now they've dropped that, now they're on to the next phase, spiritual awareness, all sorts of things. So would you be willing to be pulled into that?
Absolutely, yeah. I actually have written out the contents for a book, which was the A to Z of self-love, and the first 12 were similar steps to the 12 steps of the AA.
Yes, love it.
And then the next 12 to 14 were going to be the 12 pillars of riches from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich
too. Yes, yes.
And
beautiful.
So I've got a book coming out soon called Get Fucked Your Own Way.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's going to be coming out soon. And the A to Z, that recovery sounds freaking amazing. I think that, I'll definitely be involved with that.
Yeah, well, I just want to see who's in my team. So the people, I want to see how you work. So, be the coach or whatever you are. It doesn't really matter what you call yourself as a practitioner, but be the one that's ushering these people 10, 20 at a time, no more than that, because anything more than that, it'll be too much. It'll be Monk, Moira, me, possibly George, like people that are already, well, maybe not George, that are already advanced, that are already seeing 111, 222, people that are already confirmed. So Tanya, there you go, Tanya is one. Maybe Samantha. Could be another one. So the more we have the capacity to usher in 30 people that are in really, the worst of the worst states that no one can deal with. That's the type of people we want. And then I want to see everyone perform in a sense of, I want to see your powers, so that the next one, then you can be paid for that. But I want to see results from the people that want to do the work. Because what am I going to do?
I think one of the things that has stood out for me in my road to recovery as well is, and it's something that I guess I wish I had have learned and had someone show me beforehand, is just, we'll talk about the hero's journey, we touched on that earlier, but it's really a clear path forwards, and understanding how actually easy it is to rewire our belief systems, and how quickly we can actually create changes within people, and within myself, because it's just we've grown up watching movies and hearing people talk about people sitting in psychologist chairs for months at a time, and then our parents that have done all this sort of counselling and work that have taken months and they've really changed.
All those systems are being collapsed right now.
So
collapsed.
We're
we're the new usher of the new light workers. And how do I know that you're good? Because you are actually telling your story. Because I know that you're the 1%. Because 99% won't even tell their story live like this and call it what it is, because they're worried about what their mum will think, their dad will think, their ex-girlfriend will think, their da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they're not willing to do this. This looks easy from people that have switched, but it's not. Because I'm dealing with hundreds of clients that are like, I can't, don't tell this, and don't tell mum that, don't tell that, don't tell my sister that, or don't tell my brother that. It's like, I'm confused. It's like, and they say your biggest shame is your biggest addiction. You know, it's your biggest pain, which means you're going to keep driven like me now with smoking. Restarted again, bought a pack. I'm like, oh my God, now I'm stuck. But that's okay. That's okay. How are we going for time? Are we ready to go and say goodbye?
Yeah, so on that last note, I reckon,
yeah,
so 54 minutes we're at.
Yeah, sure.
For people that are wanting to expose themselves or open up or just be in a space.
I might run out of space, that's all, because I've been recording so much, that's all.
Yeah, I think I might be too.
Yeah.
But for people that are wanting to at least put their toe out in the water and start to overcome that anxiety, the fear of opening up, and just really want a really safe space and a supportive space where you can open up and start to share your story, and you don't need to go. There's no rules wrong.
That's right. You don't need to go the 1-year-old.
No.
When my dad was doing this, you know, that's more advanced level.
Yeah.
That's kind of, you know, kindergarten to, you know, postgraduate. That might be around the, you know, 4th year of uni stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, there's still more, right? Because there's
so
still
much.
you intuiting and opening people up, and you know, but it's definitely not the first step.
No, the first step is literally just being seen, I think.
I think just connecting with you and me is the first step. Say, hey, I've got a problem, I don't know what it is. And then let us in to your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would
so
you agree?
I was going to suggest the 30-day Go Live challenge that I've just been seeing so many people join up to.
Is your challenge or someone else's?
Yeah, it's my one. It's free.
Promote, tell people how to get there. And
just basically jump on Facebook and look up 30-day Go Live challenge, and it's free to join. Everyone's just, new people are starting every single day, and it's literally just people being seen, and you don't need to go, you can go as deep or as shallow as you want to with your own story, but what I'm saying is it's giving people an opportunity to be seen and to really overcome those insecurities of being judged, of other people looking at you in certain ways, of your own judgment of yourself, and that's massive, I think, as well, for even starting to look at addictions as well. So that for me has been only just over a month now, but already within the first month people made epic transformations and changes, and the second month has just started, and it's
a free thing, or it's wow. Did you hear that?
I just did the group because I didn't want to do it on my own.
Yes.
So I was too scared. So I'm like, well, if I make a group, other people can do it with me as well and support me.
Amazing.
And it just went boom.
How many people are in the group now?
I think there's about 80 members, but I think there's probably 20 or 30 that are active currently, and there's more joining every single day. Yeah. Sure.
Fantastic. Well, can you give me a link to that group that I'll put into my show notes? And definitely, like I said, Matt Bankes, MattBankes. Look him up. He's on Instagram, he's on Twitter, he's on Facebook, he's on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and YouTube.
YouTube.
Mainly YouTube,
you will find
Facebook and Instagram. But you'll find me.
30-day live challenge.
30-day Go Live challenge.
30-day Go Live challenge. And as for me, I don't want anyone. I've got my workshops. There's 50 workshops that I'm delivering in the Darling Downs. Me and my colleague Cheryl. We're delivering in Mergen, Nanango, Kingaroy, Cherbourg, Dalby, Oakey, Stanthorpe, Gundawindi, Inglewood, Texas, Pittsworth, Clifton, Alara, and Toowoomba. Toowoomba's pretty big. So we've got 50 workshops that we're delivering every quarter. We're funded by the Department of Child Safety under the National ICE strategy. Those workshops are practically, kind of, not really. But for 3 hours, you'll have me or you'll have my colleague on the other side of Toowoomba, and we help families transform from addiction. So also look at my page, the pages, the venues for that. I'm always posting on Coach Maria Power on Facebook. Hey. And so I think the hour is up. We will now go and multiply the tribe, because guess what? Your vibe is your tribe.
Vibe is your tribe.
See you guys. Daily
Thank
B
you
Show
so
and
much.
Kill Your Addiction Show. Bye-bye.